Okay, for the last of this, we really have just a couple more problems to deal with, setting up kind of pieces of equations and also greatest common factor. So on this one, part of this problem is learning to break it down. So I'm going to use my highlighter. Okay, it says the height of a pole is 1/8 the height of a tree. Define the variable expression for the height of the pole and the height of the tree. And it starts out and says let t be the height of the tree. So really what they're telling you in this one is that you have some tree. Sorry, my pathetic looking Charlie Brown tree here. But my tree that's here, I have the height of a pole is 1/8 of this. So can you imagine that there's a small pole that's here that's like 1/8 of this tree. So if this happens to be t, then to find this one I would have to do 1/8 of whatever t was. So that's actually going to be the height that they're going to give you here. Now it says the height of a building is 5 times the height of a tree. So imagine you have this building that's much bigger than this little tree is. And that this is 5 times the height of this tree. So it says, first of all, define a variable expression for the height of the building and the height of the tree. So if I go to set this up, at least for A, if I do t is the height of the tree, then the building would have to be 5t. Now it says here for B, write the difference. So remember, anytime we're dealing with the word difference, you think of subtraction. So that means if I want to know the difference between these two, do 5t and I'd have to subtract the height of the tree. Now if it asks us to simplify, I'm going to add a 1 here with that t. If I simplify it, it would just be 4t. Just subtracting like terms. Okay, now these are pretty easy ones. Greatest common factor, the greatest number that goes into both. So the greatest number for both of these would be 7. Greatest number for this one would be 2. Now with this one it gets a little more challenging because greatest common factor, this has 1x and really 5y's if I think about the expanded version. This one has 1x and then 6y's. So if I look at what they have in common, they have an x, 5y's, and there's one that they don't have in common. So when they're talking about greatest common factor, the greatest common factor would be x, y to the 5th. It's what they both have in common. Okay, now this one wants us to factor, so that's where you have to use the greatest common factor idea. So greatest common factor these two have is 3. They want you to be able to write this as 3 with some parentheses around it. So if I think about what it would be if I took that factor of 3 out, 15 divided by 3 would be 5. P would go along with it. These 3's would cancel and I would be left with Q. Now in this one, my greatest common factor definitely is 3. So I want to write that with a 3 on the outside. Divide all of these by 3 to see what that factor of 3 being removed does. These cancel and there'll be x. 9 divided by 3 is 3. Y goes along here. And these are 3.